I think it's time. Oh yeah, we are live. Oh, best put this away. There we go. Right. Hi everybody. This is the inspector here. I've been thrown in at the deep end because James and Hilt are both not available this week for whatever reason. So James gave me a quick crash course on how to drive this software, which is really complicated, and I don't have a dual monitor to do it. Anyway, as we couldn't get a guest, it's just going to be me and Rob having a conversation. So say hello to the nice people, Rob, and the not so nice.
Hello,
ones.
Rob. Yes. Hi, everybody. Good to see you again.
So I gather you've only got a little bit left in your social battery after the weekend. I mean, obviously we're going to go into detail about it, but did you have a good time?
It was the best day. Genuinely, it was so good to meet so many. I wasn't expecting that many people to turn up. It was mad. It was genuinely like a pleasure to meet everybody. It was just. I'm going to keep saying it. It was brilliant. Genuinely.
Yeah, you got to be careful though, saying it was like the best day, because surely that was your wedding day, right?
Best railway day. Best railway day. It's all good. It's all good. I've recovered.
Yeah. So let's see who we've got in the comments to start with. And we've got Max saying hello to all the nice people. Apparently I've had a haircut. That was a few weeks ago. So yeah, it's one of the things you have to do every now and again, because otherwise it grows in your eyes and it ends up like this.
Is this a new hood for StreamYard as well?
I think when I was learning it, I was messing about with it, and yeah, it's not quite as you remember it, but
I quite like that.
Well, you know, there's all sorts of other things you can do with it. I mean, I just can't press that button, but I can put you in a porthole. Ahoy!
I'd put that banner across the bottom to say that you're learning, and then everybody at least knows while you're playing around with the software that you're actually learning, and this isn't intentional.
Is tonight considered part of the Shunting Yard canon? Well, considering you're a founder, aren't you, Rob? So
I am, yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. Yeah. So, what are you drinking tonight, Rob? Straight from the bottle. Okay.
JD, straight from the bottle tonight, because there's not much left in it, so saves washing up, doesn't it?
You're going to have to make me clear on this. Is it something that James, well, it doesn't matter what James thinks, is it something that Hilt would approve of or not approve of?
Probably not. He's one of he likes the proper whiskey, not the American pretend stuff.
All right, so he would look like this.
Yeah, he'd probably look like that. He'd probably be horrified, but that's okay, because it's quite funny when he's horrified.
Yeah. He's got to stop giving us things that are just instantly memeable in his own videos.
I know. Oh, there we go. He's in the chat.
Excellent. That is what yeah.
If you haven't seen Hilt's latest video, go and give it a watch. It's an absolutely amazing video, but some of the faces he pulls in it are meme like material. They're brilliant.
I don't know. I think that SBJ needs to pull his finger out in order to. He's got a very good style as SBJ, but Hilt is just like, yeah, he wins the meme face off, I think. But
absolutely,
yeah. I couldn't believe he painted it pink though. That was so so bizarre.
No, SBJ has his ways with what to get the results he did, because end of the day, it's probably because of that pink that it came out so well, because that loco is an absolute stunner. He's done you'd think that was put on from factory.
Yeah, you would do. Well, 71D Productions asking, saying, sorry I'm a little late. What did I miss? Well, all you've really missed so far is this. I'm not going to get bored of that one, I think.
I think that's going to come up a few more times.
Yeah. Right. So I think we'll move on with the news.
The news.
And I can't remember if it's a good or a bad week. So we have this Hornby 00A4. I can't see the price because the software is hiding the price for me. So that's great. What does it say?
£320 and 99 pence.
Thanks, James, for putting it behind the slide controls for me. That's really helpful.
Honestly, I personally prefer the A4s in that livery. They're just perfect. Just gives it shows off all the nice curves on the locomotive.
It's good to know you like nice curves. The only thing is, though, with the single chimney, it just looks a bit weedy. I think
it does look a bit odd with a single chimney.
Yeah, and once you notice that, it's a little bit like, what's that? That little thing on top of it, and it's like, yeah, really, it just needs the double to kind of set it off, I would say. But
yeah, because the double chimney sticks out a little bit more on the front, doesn't it? It just
yeah. Sorry, I'm just learning how to do this thing. So this was a there's a Hornby Railroad Class 08. Apparently that's an 08. It doesn't look like an 08. It looks like ancient tooling to me.
It looks like an 08 body on Thomas chassis.
Yeah, I think that's basically what they did. But a bargain locomotive nonetheless for a whole new locomotive, $59.99, DCC ready. I would have said, though, they may have been better to just put it in a fictional color and made it fun.
That's DCC ready?
Yeah, for $59.99. And then it's DCC sound, a price that's behind the control. Thanks, James. Thanks for hiding that for me.
I think that's a nice, cheap DCC sound ready chassis for a NG7 loco.
Oh, no. No.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's a good description of it, I'd say. What's that? Been on my bucket list for so long.
You got to give it to Hornby, though. They are trying to bring out these lower price models, but this isn't the way to go about it, is it? By releasing old tooling.
I just found a hack. If I take my mouse off of the thing, I can read it. Thanks.
Hey.
Oh, he put in this. I didn't expect this. So this is a tiny tabletop, Normandy with two elongated wagons.
It's the starter set.
Yeah, and I don't know what you think, but well, this is for all the people who want to model 5.5 millimeter gauge and run Tom Rolt on their 5.5.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You know what? I think that's maybe what you should do. You should get this and move scales to 5.5 and then build a Tom Rolt that goes on that chassis. And then suddenly the railway will seem like a third longer than it already is.
But, you know, there's not enough out there to justify it. I mean, where am I going to get me Manning Wardles from?
Mountaineer 1265, if you could tell us where he can get a Manning Wardle from, that'd be great. Yeah, ideal. Seems like a bargain. I agree. I think for a starter set, it's very, very reasonably priced in this day and age. I mean, it's the cost of 300 steam era wagons.
It's a good priced entry point into TT. It's what should have come along at the very start.
Oh, I miss this one. Is Robin is bloody moaning Wardles.
Aaron can't say anything. He's got one now.
There, you heard it here first, folks. Mountaineer Models is working on a 5.5 millimeter Tom Rolt that goes on that chassis.
Hopefully, it's better than the Dapol offering.
Okay.
Shots fired.
The second run of the Great Central A5s are now in stock at Rails of Sheffield. This is a Sonic Models locomotive, and I have one of the original run. I'm very, very happy with it. So yeah, shout out to these. If you like decent pre-grouping companies, then I would suggest one. But yeah.
Sonic Models are definitely an up-and-coming manufacturer, aren't they? Because they're knocking out some proper good locomotives at the moment, in both N and 00 gauge.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're a bit slow to bring things to market, but you don't know how long they've actually been working on things. But there are exciting things coming, of course. For Hilt,
Yeah.
there is the Glens is the big thing. There's also a London Brighton South Coast K class in 00 as well, and these in Engage. Max says Boo no L and NER version, which they did in the first run. They seem to have dried up on the second-hand market, so finding one of those, that is a rare beast to find. So this is what you got excited about, Rob, I believe, this week.
Well, no, I didn't get excited about it. It's like it's another offering to the 009 market, isn't it? But this kind of shows that this. I think this is the pre-release one, because they're also working on the NG7 version as well. But I've been shot down when I put this in the WhatsApp, didn't I? Saying you guys literally pulling it apart.
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing. What I would say is it's interesting that there are specific versions. I don't think we have slides on all of them, but it does change. There are
I think there's like 4 variations, isn't there? They've got ones with smoke deflectors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Hilt's making his opinions clear. It's fine, because maybe I will get the chap who runs this company and bring him to London to meet Hilt when he comes over to the UK in secret.
It's Bow Waters, and they currently, I think they make gauge 1 and 16 mil models as a business, but they're branching into the smaller scales as well. So I think this is actually their first 009 offering.
Well,
as well.
It's something. There we go. So yeah, I know Max has an in as well. So you've been given the gauntlet there.
Is that expensive for a 009 kit though? Because like 90 quid is a lot of money, to be fair, isn't it?
I don't know. I'd say that from my experience, if you're getting something that's decent, £100 for a kit is not very much money. I mean, you've been an O-Gauge man long enough. I think I was desensitized to it when I was buying backwards miniatures kits for like, £400-500 for like an NGE 16 Garrett kit. It was like, that was a lot of money back then. So
yeah, I suppose that is a loco and tender, isn't it? So my Tom Rolt was £64 a kit. So I suppose it's not too bad when you consider there's a tender in there as well.
And maybe this goes on a chassis where the quartering will stay. But
I hope so, for the people who's building its sake.
Yes, there they are.
The whole range. Look at that.
Ellis Clark pugs available. Well, they've decided to do a new version of something that Tower Brass used to do in O-Gauge and Dapol used to do in 00 and latter Hornby. Most interesting take on this is from what because I haven't looked at it. I remember I was discussing it with some colleagues over lunch, and they told me there was only one LMS livery variant in each range. And looking at the renders here, there is no LMS. There's just the number on the tank.
You have the blank one. Could that be LMS?
It looks to me like
it's just like it's got red lining, and that's it.
That is Lancashire and Yorkshire.
Right, okay.
Of which I think there's multiple variants of. But for Rob's scale, for O-Gauge, it's £325 with sound to be confirmed. And for double O-Gauge, it's £150 with
when I first saw the price of this, I was like, bloody hell, that's quite expensive for a tank engine. Because obviously you're used to like the likes of Dapol with their £210 pannier tanks. But then I read down this, and and with it being Ellis Clark, it's going to be pretty much completely die cast. You can have sprung buffers. It's going to have, as Max has said there, working valve gear. it's going to be this is going to be the pinnacle of any O gauge 4040 tank engine, and that price doesn't seem so bad after you realise those things.
Yeah, it's interesting what people are saying about it. I mean, you see here first a new 8F and then a new Pug for 2025. It's a great year of announcements. I'm sorry, 2025 is a great year of announcements because of the great central brake van, for no other reason. You wouldn't want to catch LMS when there's Lancashire and Yorkshire right there. Yeah, well done, Max. Well done. So what's next? Oh, okay. So the National Railway Museum revealed this week that they are reopening Station Hall on the 26th of September this year. And of course, the National Railway Museum is important to us because of locomotion models, who are in part responsible for many models that we all have, including the Stirling Single, APTE, City of Truro, Butler Henderson, DP1. You know, the list goes on. So yeah, I'm curious though, Rob, what National Railway Museum owned loco or stock would you next like to see made in model form?
Well, firstly, have you noticed the Dusty Crab?
I'm not saying anything about the Dusty Crab. I'm staying neutral. I think, to be honest, there is time. It's still a building site there. They've filmed in the buildings, like in a construction site, and they're not open for another month and 4 days. So I think they have time to dust it between now and then. But yeah,
you'd hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nasty thing to have a Dusty Crab, but
right. Yeah. Shall I get us back on topic?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. A lot of people are going to be disappointed and probably make me hang my head in shame about this. Well, but the only thing that jumped out at me when you asked me this question earlier was the LEV1 rail bus, because I have never seen one in model form, and I don't think it exists. But it's just so iconic. It's the precursor to the Pacer. It's the prototype. Why don't we have it? We need it. It's almost as famous as the Flying Scotsman, mainly because it's also gone to America.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that went right the way across Canada for Expo 86?
Yes. And it was tested on a branch line, and they deemed it too shit to keep.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. That went there, and it met Dunrobin, not to be confused with Dunroman.
No. But you know,
it's that famous, considering when you said earlier your thing, I was just like, I don't know what that is, and now you explained it. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that's it. That's the one.
It's currently hidden in Shildon. It should be right. It should be on the turntable at the NRM. I reckon, because it's just so iconic, and especially with all these Pacers being sent around all over the place at the moment because people don't want to keep them anymore. Tanat Valley.
I think you just like a bit of controversy. That's probably what it is.
Well, there is only 2 one-car rail buses on the market, and that is the 153 and the 121. Why haven't we got a rail bus in there?
Yeah.
The pinnacle of rail bus technology.
No, I wouldn't. I would say the pinnacle of rail bus technology, because of course you have forgotten that there's Great Western rail buses in there as well.
Oh yeah.
And I'd say the absolute pinnacle of it was that one that used to run on the Bedford to Bletchley line, the one with pneumatic tires, the LMS one. If you don't know,
I've heard about that one. Yeah,
it looks ridiculous.
I think he covered that one on Train of Thought once.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So good.
Yeah, there we go. What scale though, Max? That's the question. I remember watching the Curator with a Camera for that one. That was a really good one. If you haven't seen Curator with a Camera, it's actually quite a good series. Apart from the Easter eggs they put in there, really irritating. But yeah, there's some quite. Have you seen them?
I've watched them, but I haven't noticed any Easter eggs.
Oh, okay. So there's one like with the Wickham trolley where he's showing the gear selector, and he goes like, "This is the gear selector." So you push it to go in one direction, and it shows like flashes like momentarily, like these 4 or 5 like teenage boys. Then it comes back, and apparently it's an Easter egg. Apparently they're a group called One Direction. So it's like, all right, okay. And then it goes back to the actual thing. There's lots of random things like that in
That's
there.
so blooming awful.
Well, they have to appeal to the public somehow, don't they? And when you put Easter eggs in things, they probably notice people started commenting, and then when people start commenting, it gets watched by more people, and then the algorithm works. And yeah, exactly that.
Makes you glad to be British.
Yeah, you get rid of that one. Yeah, my pick would be probably 395 and 396, the Royal Saloons, because we haven't had a decent model of a Royal train. Hornby teased because they had the Queen Adelaide coach that they announced, and then they unannounced it. And I was like, I'm not really into Era 1 stuff, but I would have bought that just for the, just because it's the first properly tooled Royal coach. But they cancelled it, which was really, really disappointing. But
they used to do a Royal Train pack, didn't they? With the with Duchess of Montrose, was it?
Yeah, but they were Mark IIIs with like curtains molded inside them. They weren't actually bespoke vehicles as a Royal Train that were literally made for that purpose.
Maybe the news of the real one being decommissioned might spark interest in people wanting to model it. Maybe. Or have them on their model railways.
Maybe it should. Maybe that's something we should do. I think it's something that everybody actually wants to have on their layout, but because no one's done it properly yet, no one knows it. It's what I call 8F syndrome, and people who like 8Fs will hate that I say this. But when I was modeling Engage, the LNER 06, which is the 8F, it's an appropriate engine for the layout I was building, but I never ever in a million years would have gone out of my way to go and build one. It didn't interest me at all. But then when Bachmann, when in their Farish range, brought one out, I went and bought one immediately because it's appropriate for what I do. So yeah, that's what I call it. It's like there are things that are out there where we all make purchases of things that we're kind of excited enough or it fits in enough that we'll buy it, but we won't build it.
Well, yeah, it's like when you when you model heritage, you buy things that you like, and you might not necessarily run it all the time, but it can just sit there. Well, you don't have to model it. You don't have to model it to actually enjoy it.
Well, for you, it's like Manning models, isn't it? I mean,
I've got them all.
You're excited enough about. Well, you don't, but you're excited enough about Tom Rolt to build it. You wanted a Tom Rolt that much. But you didn't want a Manning model that much that you built it. You just bought it because it just happened to exist.
It was one of 2 ready-to-run locomotives in this scale.
There's more than that.
There's not.
Yeah, there is.
You get the Quarry Hundreds and the Manning Wardles ready to run. Oh, and now we've got a Falcon.
And I've got an NA that would say something different behind me in a box.
Yeah, but that's ON30. This is 016.5.
O gauge, narrow gauge. It's all the same thing. It's all kind of fluid.
They're all similar scale.
Yeah. Right. On to the next thing. Okay, so what do you ever have spare money, Rob?
Is that your wallet?
It's not my wallet. I never have spare money. But do you have spare money?
That's Hilton's before he buys his Class 37s.
He obviously has spare money. Or have
and no. You don't? No, I don't. No.
Well, if you did have spare money, I have the perfect place for you to go and spend it. Here. And you know what? You can make your money go 25% further at the moment. So yeah, Hilton has started a merch shop. He looks utterly thrilled about it, as you can tell. I'm guessing the cap's not in the range because it's facing backwards. I mean, I think a proper chuffed cap would have been like, pinnacle, proper chuffed railroading or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, we've been informed that he started this shop where you can get merch. There is a quarter off at the moment. So yeah, you can get stuff like a proper chuffed hoodie, which, to be honest, I'm really excited about being able to get one of these, because after sitting and watching Hilt wearing his for like video after video after video, I can't wait to just wear one in this stream.
It looks comfy, doesn't it?
It does, and with winter coming, it's the perfect thing. It's, you know, a neutral enough logo as well that, you know, people don't understand. You just go, oh, it's just a YouTube channel, you know, with those South African people. Something to do with the power. But yeah, personally, I like this color, but also I'm kind of a fan of this, you know, flock green. I think it kind of works. What's wrong with the flock green? Yeah.
You're just obsessed with flock.
Is this more your color then, Rob?
Oh my god. You guys can all sit there in your proper chuffed hoodies in different blooming colours, and I'll sit there in mine. In my own one.
You're not going to get any of his merch?
No, I've got a mug and a sticker on order.
Oh, you've already ordered? Okay. Yeah.
I was the first one.
I'm waiting for payday to order stuff. I'm
taking it to work so the dishwasher doesn't wash off the branding this time.
I see Morwood's been spending money. You know, it's going to be really bizarre, because we're all going to go and buy his merch, and then we'll all sit and watch his videos and think, how the fuck did he go and buy another? Oh, it's before Watershed. How the fuck did he go and buy another 37?
I just want to know what he's going to do with the money that comes through from the Shunting Yard merch.
Shunting Yard merch? I thought that was meant to be a secret.
They know it's coming. 500 subs, guys. Once we hit 500 subs, there'll be Shunting Yard merch.
So that was the news. We were kind of thin for news this week, seeing as we managed to do it in 26 minutes. So something to pass the time. I forget what this one was all about. Oh yeah, this is a bit where you talk. Your wife let you out for the day, didn't she?
She did. Well, we went to the.
So excited about it. Special birthday girl and everything.
I know, yeah. That was from Matt. Like, as soon as we got into the engine house, he realised it was in his bag, and he handed it to me. It was tasty though. I ate it today. Can't go wrong with the dairy milk.
No, I suppose not. So, what were you photographing in the first one of these pictures?
That was the class 52 coming into Highley. That was the train that RJ was on. Everybody else was supposed to wait over the other side of the crossing with the headboard. So when the train left Highley, me and Andy and RJ were going to cross, and everybody else was going to be over there holding the Shunting Yard headboard. But when the train left, we realised there was no one there because they were at the other end of the fucking yard videoing the loco leaving. So there was no welcoming committee.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh no.
The thing is, right, you actually surprised me, because I didn't know it was going to be as popular as it turned out to be. It's like, you found loads of people. Now, be honest.
No, genuinely. I paid them all to be there.
Did you? Okay, fair enough.
No. No, I just want to say one thing, is that I'm really grateful for everybody coming on Sunday, because it made me realise just how much you guys want this, and I'm already working in the background of getting the next one planned.
So where are you thinking about for the next one? Or where does everybody want the next one to be? That's probably the best.
Well, I haven't actually asked anybody else yet about it. I'm just trying to think about. I'm trying to keep it central, ideally. So anybody that's coming from up north or down south, they can come together without anybody like overstretching or having to travel 7 hours or 8 hours to get there. Yeah. So I'm either thinking the Great Central possibly, or maybe even somewhere like Statfold or something like that. I know you're going to hiss and boo that one, but
yeah, well, you've selected two places in the north, haven't you? So
they're not north; they're north to you.
Yeah, they are north,
but they're in the Midlands, you know. So everybody up north and south come.
Put it this way: Statfold Barn is beyond the M6 toll, so it's beyond the Midlands. Midlands
It's
finishes.
not.
You leave the M6 toll. It's like the Severn Valley. One end of it's in the north, and the other end's in the Midlands. Like
It is, yeah.
Midlands, and I'd say that Bridge North's in the north, but the clue is in the name, Bridge North.
I don't know why. I don't know why we're discussing this because I know you're wrong. So
also, surely the quality of venue will dictate where it's better to
yeah.
go.
And in fairness, yeah, you are right because the Severn Valley is it's a great day out, isn't it? You can get off at every station and there's something different to look at. So it's trying to find something that's equally as good as a Severn Valley. But right now, I think I'm going to leave it for this year now, purely because the railway starts shutting down towards the end of September, ready for the Christmas period, don't they? So
yeah, unless we gate crash a Polar Express somewhere.
Yeah, just go push all the kids out of the way and say this is a Shunting Yard special now.
But let's say literally, if you want to meet in the middle of the country, I tell you where is in the middle of the country and has a railway related thing. And this is the wild card. And I'm going to say it and then click onto the next slide and we'll just forget I said it, okay? Thomas Land at Drayton Manor.
Oh, I suggested that. I suggested that. I was talking to Morwood about this and I suggested that.
I think probably a better
That's brilliant.
If we literally went to like somewhere we know is a good second-hand emporium and all spent loads of money on model trains. Or at a model railway show, perhaps. That's another one.
Well, you say that. I'm going to be, as we found on the reel that Tom's Modelling Corner put up, I will be attending the Slough exhibition, and I plan on bringing the headboard and maybe bringing something in the way of Shunting Yard stuff with me if I can get it. So I'm going to class a Shunting Yard on tour is going to the Slough exhibition next, but it's being organised by Matt and Tom and and their cohort.
So if I was Jenny Kirk, I'd be like, don't forget to show your badge and you'll get a discount to get in. But I'm not, so I'm not. You can't. We don't have badges to give you to get a discount to get. You just have to pay the price. I'm afraid.
Yeah, that pretty much. Yeah, and I suggested badges as the Shunting Yard merch, and everybody laughed at me. So we're not having badges as Shunting Yard merch.
As long as it was like once we got a logo, perhaps like a GOM badge would work. You know, like the proper, like these. You see these? I think maybe if we picked a logo each and then it said the Shunting Yard across the bottom, but it would cost a fortune to do a batch of those. But then again, maybe not.
It depends how many you get, wouldn't it? It's
might have
totally
to do that. But anyway, we shouldn't talk about this in the live stream because it might get people excited when we don't actually do anything. So what are these pictures all about then?
Right, so this is the first two pictures on there are the Shunting Yard on tour headboard posed on both the 2MT and Bridge North Bridge, and then we've got the top right picture is Tom just taking a picture of us walking towards the engine house, and the one below that is something only the people on the Discord would probably understand. 75% of us decided to go and buy cornettos from the Highly refreshment stand.
Isn't that a Hot Fuzz reference?
Yeah.
Go with this. Yeah, I haven't seen it for years.
Because we've got the cornetto posting on our Discord that's used quite regularly. So we decided we would all go get cornettos, and it was great fun because the guy behind the stall was having a hell of a time. Once we told him what we were doing, he loved it. Oh yeah, Zach always preferred Klepos. Yeah, he was. He had to be the odd one out.
I misread that because one of my colleagues has been blaring the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack all day, so I'm a bit conditioned. Like his office windows have literally been shaking because he's been listening to it so loud. But when I read that, it's like literally, I've always preferred Calypso. You know, it's just like, no, that's Calippo, not the sea. Can you explain? That
Yeah, he was basically his Clippo was dripping all over the place. He chose the wrong ice cream and it all just went to pot.
the lake or the engine? Right. Oh, I think this is expanding what you're talking about, the ice cream selection.
Yep.
Like
And they've got a fair few ice creams there, but we all chose Cornettos because obviously it's just natural. It's got to be done on a Shunting Yard on tour, and I think it's going to have to become a actual thing. It's going to have to become a ritual every time. So, Matt, if you're watching this, you need Cornettos at your exhibition in Slough. And then we go on. The other pictures are we've got Morwood, we've got Matt. Is that Matt? Yeah, Matt, Tom, and Ori. This was on their journey back from Kidderminster to Bridgnorth after the main show of going into the engine house because I left them all at Bridgnorth to go back. The one below that is the spotter line that I took a picture of because everybody was there watching the Hall leave Highley, and I was like, look at all these nerds. So I took a picture of them.
Yeah.
And the other one was my pint at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but you've got to do what you got to do when the missus lets you out, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did she pick you up at the end of the day as well?
No. That gave me enough time to eat and stuff before I got back and drove home.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Only had one, so.
If ice cream is important, then the best railway destination is Beth Gellert because they make it there. Beth Gellert's not a destination; it's halfway along the line. Well, not quite halfway, like a third of the way.
But it is a destination for one of their trains, isn't it? I believe there's one or two that stop there, that go there and then turn back.
They shouldn't. They should carry on. Right.
Zach's just put in the chat. He had this lime and apple cider that looked like something that just came out of a nuclear reactor. That was quite funny because he was like wincing every time he took a sip.
I'd hate to think what his movement was like the next day.
Can you imagine bright green shit?
I mean, I don't want to derail the stream this early on because we're only 37 minutes in, but it does remind me when I was a teenager, like literally having the worst hangovers because I used to drink quite a bit of cider at that time. And my best friend at the time said, you always feel better. You have a hangover, but the hangover always seems to lift after you've had a cider poo. And it's, yeah.
Is it true?
I seem to remember it being so, yes. Right. What's next?
Right, so we got another picture of the nerd lineup with Hagley Hall in the background. Then we got a picture of me hanging out the window of the 2MT, which for some reason I never remember that cab being open, like in the engine house. But this time it was, so we just climbed on in and had a jolly good time on the footplate there. And below that we've got we've got a rare picture of Matt smiling with his Flying Scotsman hat on.
Fair play.
And then the other picture is just look, all the lads,
yeah,
walking to the engine house. Honestly, the great bunch of lads we had there. There's 12 of us, and I at this point I was just over the moon with how well it all came together. It was just so good, such a good day.
Sounds very zesty.
With a twist.
Oh, that's bad, Max. That's bad. Oh.
Cider poo. Cider poo.
Oh. Right.
Is this what we got in exchange for all the support we've been giving Ukraine?
Yeah. God.
Right.
God.
With this next load of pictures, I just need to state something. I just need to put it out there because I don't know how old Morwood is. I'm going to go mid-20s. And he's never been to a heritage railway until Sunday.
Oh, what?
Just let that sink in.
For the first time. He's going to put him off for
So
life.
Severn Valley was the first heritage railway he's ever been to.
Oh, God's sake.
So basically, he lives in London with the Epping Ongar 23 miles away. And do you know what his excuse was? He's got to get on. He has to get on the tube for 23 miles.
Yeah, it's quite a long way. Which part of London is he from?
I think he said he's from like central London.
Yeah, which means there's quite a few options, some good ones as well. Like Spa Valley is one.
Yeah, yeah. You got the Spa Valley. You've got Kenton East Sussex, which isn't too far away, is it?
Notting Hill Gate. Yeah, so I would say so that's West London. Epping and Ongar is a trek from West London. I am with you on that.
But still very commutable, right?
It'd be much easier to go Didcot, in all honesty, because from Notting Hill Gate, I believe it's fairly easy to get to Paddington, and then from there, it's only about 40 minutes on the fastest train to 43 minutes. That was it.
You know what? Didcot is a very good shout though, because that place is absolutely amazing, isn't it? It's just everything's open, train rides. You got everything you could possibly need there.
You know what? If it was in the Midlands, I would have suggested it for a meetup. But you're adamant. To be fair, I would have said it would be a great place for a meetup because then you could go Pendon, which is even better than Didcot.
In fairness, Didcot is also a very good shout. I haven't been there since 2020, so I'd love to go back.
I went there a while back for work. Is it 2 years ago? Just over 2 years ago. And one of my colleagues, he decided to try and climb through the pipe for the atmospheric railway, like the piece of pipe.
Oh no!
I have a video of it somewhere. So the next time you open a Rapido product, just bear in mind that it might have been suggested and the project might have been overseen by someone who thought it was a good idea to jump into the atmospheric pipe. Oh, yeah.
That was a good day, I take it.
It was a very good day because it was
Charlie.
Where,
did Charlie just say he's never been to Didcot?
I think a lot of people have never been to Didcot.
Charlie, you and I, next year, we're going to Didcot, mate.
I think we specifically need to go to Didcot at a time when James can't make it. And I could just picture him driving along with his family in the car right now, and he's got the earpiece in, and he'll be like, "You what, Dan?
Bastards!"
But we'll do it while he's still in the Eastern Bloc, behind the curtain, or peering round it, or whatever they do over there.
Or we do it right. We do it on a day where he's flying over to visit his parents, so he's literally in the air, and we're at Didcot.
That's just mean. You don't do it when he could have been there. You do it when he definitely can't be there. Culpable deniability.
Oh, yeah, but Didcot's just is an awesome place, and I think if you've never been there before, you'll absolutely love it. Such a good place.
I'm afraid that's one I can't get on board with. Swanage Railway. I'm afraid they gave me a really bad impression. So I went there last year, and you couldn't get a cup of tea anywhere after 3 o'clock. And
I thought you were about to say they gave you really bad diarrhea.
No, there was like nowhere to get refreshments at all anywhere on the railway. So you're traveling up and down on the train with whatever you got left in your bag after 3 o'clock, and then what was it? The train we were on got back to Swanage, and there was like 2 more trains to arrive afterwards. And bearing in mind it was a gala, it was like a special event. We got off the train, and people wanted to photograph the engine as it was running round, and there were volunteers on the platform literally herding people off the platform. They were like, "No, this train's out of service now. Get off our property." And people were like, "I want to use the toilet," and they're like, "Oh, there's public toilets down that street." They'd locked the one.
That's customer service.
I was like, "Yeah, it did not leave a good taste in the mouth."
Just watch. This is where we find out Zach was one of those people that was doing it.
It kind of felt a bit like going to a place where all the volunteers enjoy playing with all the trains, but the passengers are in buggerance. You know, the people who actually fund the whole thing by paying for tickets, which is a shame, really, because the train I was on, I was in a Maunsell Tourist open, like semi-open, and this thing has like 4 tables. So yeah, it has like 2 pairs of tables and then a divider and then 2 more pairs of tables. So you can close the compartment and have 4 tables all talking to each other. And
that'd be great for us.
Yeah, and the windows are like super low and super high, so you've got a really good view out. And it was just, yeah, it was really good, really good. That coach. If I had my way, it'd be like Roller Coaster Tycoon, like pick up the coach and have it like wiggling in midair on the little thing, and then carry it across and drop it on another railway. You go like, we'll have that over there.
But which railway?
Oh yeah, no, I forgot about that. So Nick was with me at the time, and there were people walking through, taking donations for the railway with a bucket, and they were what was it? They said it was something along the lines of we only take donations in cash because Putin has control of everybody's bank accounts. Something like that. Yeah, that was it. Max was there as well. It's like, what are you going to do when Putin hacks the banks?
That's hilarious.
I know, right?
Oh.
Things have taken a turn here. This one.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do when Putin hacks the banks? We're all screwed, aren't we?
What was the other thing that I found a bit odd about it was a Victorian gala, right? Now I get that it's not easy to get multiple Victorian engines, but they had the T3, the O1 from the Bluebell, and they had the U, and the U is obviously like a filler engine. But then they also had a rebuilt Bully Pacific pulling a DMU of fresh air around. It's like, why have you got a fourth train out when you only need two? Would have been fine for the number of people there. You're just wasting coal at this point.
Bung the bullied on the longer train.
Well, it would have been better if they'd just not got the bullied out, saved the money on coal, and spent it on catering staff to provide catering for the rest of the day. That would have been cool.
Who needs food and drink when you have steam engines?
You know, some of us go to Victorian weekend to avoid bullies.
James goes everywhere to avoid bullies.
To be fair, the Gloucestershire Warwickshire is a great railway, but the only reason I'm saying that is the last time I went there was an S160, and Max has compromising footage of me having a bit of a moment of enjoyment seeing it for the first time. It was the first time I'd ever travelled behind an S160.
Is that what he's got over you at the moment, is it?
I wouldn't say he's got it over me. I'm proud of it. Yes.
Do I need to get this footage?
Oh, hang on. Do some volunteers at Swanage just believe their fundraising and cash creates a mound of pound coins that are never deposited in a bank? Malachite Smorg on a hoard of gold. Malachite Smorg on a hoard of gold sounds like a prog rock album of some kind. It's true.
What mattress are they going to hide all those pound coins under?
That's the thing. You go to the shed at night and there's just like there's a safe hidden underneath the T3.
Or just in the smoke box of one of the engines that aren't in service. Just you open the firebox doors and just full of gold.
Anyway, we've digressed. There's a group picture now. Name everybody in it. Go on.
Right, so we've got Tom. We've got I can't never remember that guy's name. Tom, please help me. Then we've got me. We've got RJ. We've got Zach, Morwood, Andy, Ori, Charlie, and Matt. And then we've got Zach's dad as well that was behind the camera.
Nice.
Kaz, that's it, Kaz.
So who's
he
that
volunteers the Sorry?
Who's that in the Lady Armadale though, on the footplate?
Oh yeah. Hilton was there. Oh, that was gold. That was brilliant. Hilton would be devastated if he knew that the Lady Armadale actually had a face on the front.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did.
James, you could have done better. Well done.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. those lads, I never expected that many people to turn up, and it just goes to show how good of a following we're getting it now these days, and it just goes to show how our community's growing, that we could pull that many people together. I know it.
Yeah.
I know. So these people, these podcasts and things, I bet Merp could pull a lot more than us. But considering we've only been going 6 months, I'm over the moon with how Sunday went.
Is it just me, or is it funny that? So the Model Rail Replacement podcast, calling it MERP, it just sounds like burp to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why they find it funny.
I think it just
why they
makes
call it that.
like Harry Hill. It's just like Model Railway burp. I don't know.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, I believe you've given us a video to watch as well. Sorry, you're going to say something.
Yes, I have. But can I just say one thing? Just while we haven't got Phil here at the moment because he's currently away doing family stuff. So I just want to plug to say, please like and subscribe if you're not. Let's get this channel up to 500 subs because Matt wants a Shunting Yard jockstrap.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, drop me JD.
You're sozzled, aren't you?
No, not yet.
Oh. Well, it'll be fun when you are sozzled and you've learned how to press all the buttons, because there are a lot of buttons.
I will be learning to do this on the tablet, so I can't wait for when I get to host this. It's going to be great fun.
Yeah. Oh, we'll look at that one in a minute. Got this. Moving pictures, you don't get that on there. Hey, look at it! Oh, I wasn't supposed to show that clip until after Watershed, right? Fair play, Rob. You run like a dad.
That's because I am. I was holding onto a cushion as well. Do you want to see what cushion it was?
That's the run of a bloke who only gets sick Christmas and birthdays. You got a cushion.
I'll explain it in a minute.
Oh, they got the teddy bear out.
Yeah, there was a 4-train service. You had Hagley Hall, you had the Class 52, Class 20, and the 14 running. So there was quite a lot going on. It was really good.
Wow. Yeah.
There was even a Scottish Class 20.
Ah. Okay.
But yes, this cushion, this is a bit of Tom's modelling corner merch that he gave me while we were there. That's what was in the bag that I was running with.
Ah, right. So that's what. Yeah. So that now dad run.
Yes, and now it is on my recliner for when I'm up here and I'm playing trains.
I hope that James isn't texting and driving, and if he's,
I really hope he's not.
Why isn't he here? That's the question.
Because there is only one reason. It's because he's lazy and he couldn't be bothered to be here.
James is lazy. Yeah. Even though he spent most of the week making the slideshow that I haven't finished yet.
No, in fairness, James has done quite a lot of heavy lifting this week, hasn't he? For this stream, he's saved the stream.
Yeah, possibly. That's a good speculation, man. But no, he has done a lot for us to help us. There's a bit of James in this, in that he's given up other evenings. Oh. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Maybe James can tell us.
Yeah. Maybe he can.
Well, Tom, you gave me the crash mat just in case I did fall on my face.
It is funny. It's almost a bit like it said, Rob, you did lots of running, but it's okay because we got you a special cushion.
A special cushion. It's like wearing a crash helmet, isn't it?
It sounds like something for hemorrhoids. Special cushion.
It's got a hole in the middle. That's what's inside the boiler. There, it's just a hole.
You just compared one of our followers' logos to a hemorrhoid cushion.
He'll love it. It's all right. It's all right. He'll love it.
Okay. All right. So it was brought to my attention on Tuesday by Footplate. That was it. So we are staying in the West Midlands. They put a post out on Instagram saying it was World Photography Day, and then didn't really follow it up with anything. But yeah, we took the opportunity to ask some of you for your favorite model photos. So yeah, we've got a selection to share. The first one is obviously, well, it's one of mine. I took this on a diorama at work recently of my heinous locomotive of lies.
It sounds freaking good though.
Oh, it does. My phone doesn't do it justice. I need to go and get the proper camera out and literally go and do a proper video of it. It's just finding some time. I might have some time this weekend, but I'm not going to make any promises. What's this one all about, though, Rob?
That is Tom Rolt and the Prairie that is now with Matt. That was when Tom Rolt ran. So
in this photo, is Tom Rolt broken down and the passengers are being picked up by a standing gauge train to get them home? And the cow,
well, funnily enough,
so it's scratching its ass on the fence.
Well, the Prairie's actually there by itself. It doesn't actually have a train. It's just going past laughing at Tom Rolt.
Right, okay.
That was back when Tom Rolt did run, and it used to run really well with 3 coaches. So I'm hoping to get it back to that state again. But that is the most kind of scenic area of my layout, which is why it's one of my favourites. That particular picture.
What we need to do is for you to get a piece of your layout. Or we need to get you get some scenic supplies, and we need to get Hilt when he's over to come up to the Midlands and just literally do a guest episode where he does the proper chuffed flock, you know, on your layout, just literally on a scene. That I just think that was an episode I would love to see.
Dan, if I could get Hilt here to do some work on my layout, I'd count myself extremely lucky, because if even a tiny bit of my layout looked as good as Dun Roaming, I'll be over the moon. Yeah, genuinely. I'd have him on that court. Actually have him on that section there, but it's in that picture, and just get him to do his bit on there, because I think that would make that whole little tiny section of my layout pop.
That is the merch I want. The hoodie with
a bush behind it,
logo, but it says proper flocked, but with more K's. Hilt, yes.
Have you put that to him yet?
I've just literally Hooters has just posted it. Oh yeah,
Charlie, you're a legend.
That is brilliant. You have to remember that one and send a deputation to Hilt.
And yes, Aaron, the trains do still hit the signal. Every time my train passes on this stream at the moment, it's hitting the signal.
Nothing's wrong with how he says flock. Everything is right with how you say flock. It's just
it's just that Dan gets a funny feeling in his tum-tum when you say flock.
You know, some words just work in accents, and that one, just works. Just works. Anyway, what else have we got here, Rob?
We've got Lukasz with what looks to be a Polish locomotive being rescued. It looks like a scrap locomotive, and I think that's the one he's currently working on. That's going to go in a siding that's surrounded by flock and bushes and trees and stuff.
Oh no! Oh no! Where have you messed up? Or where's James messed up?
Why?
I'm guessing that Aaron's photo is the one on the right with the turntable. Are we right, Aaron?
Yeah. No, it's correct on my screen. No, I'm reading it like a book. I'm going left to right. So just because you're on the other side of the earth, where you do things backwards and upside down. In the northern hemisphere, we read things left to right.
But they both say Lucas.
Oh, I didn't see that because the comment was there. Yeah, the other picture's Aaron's. That looks like a very nice tram end. Y7. Is it Y70? It is a Y70, isn't it?
J70.
J70, yeah. You'll know because you work for the company that made them. With Henrietta.
It's not, because Henrietta was based on the four-wheel coach, of which there was quite a few, but there were 2 bogey coaches, which were the same as the Titfield one.
James is an imbecile and will be shot. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, thanks for your help, James. he probably did it on purpose, and he to be in there.
All that praise we gave him, gone straight away. He's ruined it now.
What an utter pillock. Oh, James, you churlish pillock.
That's an old school insult.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, if Lucas owns a J70 now, he can go and write in my warranty form about it and post it back to me. For God's sake.
Let's swiftly move on, quick.
Yes. Well, look, more of Lucas's trains.
Are they genuinely? They don't all say Lucas. Thank God.
Yeah.
So we got Caden. He's got a Black 5, a B12, and an 08. Apparently, he's very proud of his locomotives he's got there, and they are his 3 favourites.
Excellent.
And so yeah, they are that is a nice collection of locomotives. To be fair, I wouldn't mind having a Black 5. I've never actually owned one.
You know what? I quite like the 08 because whenever I see an 08, I always think of the Shunting Yard. I definitely don't think of Jenny Kirk. Ever. I always only think about the Shunting Yard because it's a shunting engine. It's got nothing to do with the Lord of the Rings. Anyway, what's the other? The Double M Dave.
Double M Dave. He does a lot of his own locomotives. So I think that's a. Oh, is that? What's that locomotive on the right? What? Is it Cornwall? Something like that. But it's a single wheeler anyway, and then you've got the locomotive in the shed. I believe is like a lion with a cab. I'm not entirely sure, but he makes a lot of good like 3D printed locomotives.
I believe
he's the guy who actually did my number 5 that's over there, and it's brilliant.
So a lion with a cab like that is not known as a cab; it's known as a main.
A main.
A lion with a main, yeah. And the other engine is not really. I'm just literally joshing with you. That is Cornwall, I believe. Yeah, the one in the middle is quite bizarre. I wonder what that is.
It looks like one of those locomotives they got at the Lax mine in the Isle of Man, just standard gauge.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's moving on.
Oh no. We've got an A3.
Well, an A3. Is that? Oh, it's a tender drive, so it's not the one with the paper. And that's James's, is it? That King.
That's King James, I believe.
King James. Now, the chairs that the rails sit in. Do they have? Do they have? Do they have 2 bolts or 3? Meanwhile, somewhere in Eastern Europe, a car has just swerved because he can't.
He got halfway through the sentence and just gave up.
Oh, right. Yeah. The NER livery is interesting. Non-shaded letters.
I quite like the tender. It's got the coal rails on the side as well.
Yeah, Great Northern Tenter. Tender?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tenter. What are you drinking tonight, Dan?
No, I'm burnt out.
Just drinking burnout.
Burnout. Yeah, literally, if I had an energy drink, I'd call it burnt out. It'd have a
Shunting, you heard it here first, everybody.
Right, couple more.
Right. So the next ones we've got Stronghold Bernie. I really love that scene where it's like a colliery, NCB Pannier. It is like stereotypical mid Wales kind of colliery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very human scene because it shows people not doing much work and just sitting around talking when they should be working.
It's just British down to a T, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, it's about tea break time, I think, boys. You know, and then a 9F, which I guess would be in need of weathering. They always look a bit odd when they're not weathered. I
agree. The only one that I totally agree should not be weathered is Evening Star, purely because that was always kept in tip-top condition, wasn't it? Because of what it meant, and it was an iconic locomotive.
Yeah. Unlike
whenever I speak to my dad about when he used to spot on the Great Central, because he used to go to school when they used to have. Do you remember have you seen pictures of the massive birdcage bridge that went over Rugby Station?
Oh yes.
My dad used to live in a house that was just down the road from Rugby Central. No, not Rugby Central. Was it Rugby Central?
Yeah, it was
the one that was on the. Yeah, he used to go down there and spot the massive long 9F coal trains that used to go through, and he never saw a clean one like that. Yeah.
Have you got this book?
My dad has, and I've looked through it. It's fantastic.
That is one of the best books ever made. The photography in it is amazing, and it is logical to talk about it on World Photography Day. Well, it was on Tuesday, but yeah, that is one book that's worth the 50p or whatever it costs to find these days.
Absolutely, it's just you just look at some of the pictures, and you just look. It just kind of oozes atmosphere from each one of the pictures in there, doesn't it? It's just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
When I go back down to Rugby, I'll have to grab that book off my dad and show you it, because honestly, some of the pictures in it literally is just. I think it covers the 30 years of up to the end of steam in that book around Rugby Station and Rugby Central, and it's just the pictures in it are just phenomenal.
So it covers like the last 15 or so years, but it covers time after the railway was closed. So there's lots of pictures of it
breaking up trains and things.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it's been abandoned for a few years, like with the track gone, and it's just wonderfully atmospheric. But on the other face of it, while we're talking about photography books, there's this one, which is also brilliant, about the same railway, called The Making of a Railway, and it's all pictures from the 1890s of them building it.
Amazing.
It's the complete opposite.
Well, I've actually got this book here that I've been sifting through, which James will quite like.
Oh, Great Western Railway.
The GWR then and now. So it basically it does the same as what you've said. It goes over each of the station, a lot of the stations on the Great Western network, and it has pictures before and then after they've been abandoned, and it's a shame to see it, isn't it? It's like, oh, imagine that would have been a brilliant heritage railway or something like that, but alas, it was not to be.
Oh, you know what? Max has asked for this, and unfortunately, I'm not sure where it is. Basically, there was this photographer called Colin Garrett, and if you're familiar with his photos, you'll know who I'm talking about. But basically, he started in the 70s and 80s going around the world photographing steam in places where it was dying out, to kind of document it on a worldwide scale. And in 1987, there was a documentary done about him, where they followed him on a trip to Spain, and he goes to this colliery, and there's a Sharp Stewart engine there that's been basically in as new condition. Like, it's weathered and worn out, but it's not been modified. And it's as it was when it left Manchester in 1880 in terms of design, doing the same kind of job that it was designed for, like over 100 years later. And there's this shot of it running towards him, and he's taking pictures of it, and he goes, "Oh, it's incredible! Look at that! Fabulous!" And he's like standing there, like literally, like going like over the top. It's so ridiculous. I will find it for another stream, I think, at some point.
Maybe find it for a meme. I can do it for a reel.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny had to be in here somewhere, didn't he?
Yeah,
Sorry,
and he was always going to do the one that blew every other picture out of the water, wasn't he?
Well, this is the thing, right? Where you just go, I looked at it and I went, no, it's meant to be model photos, not real. Oh, it's Johnny. Okay. There we go. Fair enough.
Yeah, he's done a stunning job of that one. It's the same as all of his other stuff. It's just he makes models real, doesn't he? With each one of his pictures that he takes. No AI in that bad boy.
The main topic tonight, Aaron, is just me and Rob having a chat. So this is the main topic.
We are wandering down to Conversation Street.
Yeah, we're just chatting random stuff for about an hour and a half. So we've only got to carry on going for another sort of 19 minutes or so, and then we can say goodnight.
We are doing quite well, to be fair, Dan.
We are. But no, that shot is amazing. I would be curious to see what it looked like before Photoshop was involved.
I think it'll probably literally just be the background and the smoke and the clouds, and everything else will be model, personally.
Yeah.
If I know what Johnny's work's like, that even just as a diorama that he's got, he uses, they're stunning and as they are, but without the Photoshop in the background, and it just completes it, doesn't it?
What I think is amazing, the way he's lit it from the side, as if it's like a photographer's gone out to photograph a train, and because it's in BR, it's like, okay, so I'm just going to make the most of photographing whatever, and the sun is in completely the wrong direction, which would be really annoying. But that makes it more realistic and atmospheric, in a way.
Yeah. Well, do you know the photographer called Jack Bosket?
I am familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, he took a picture at I think it was Llangollen, like a few years ago at one of their Steel, Steam and Stars Gala, and he got the pannier in a really awkward position, like where the sun was in an awkward position, but he managed to get the lighting. He managed to set the camera up just right to get the lighting in a position where it looked really, really good, even though it was totally against him. And that's exactly what Johnny's done there.
Yeah. So that's a tug on the other one. I don't really know anything else about this one.
We all love a good tug, don't we?
Well, both the Curascale and Cavalex do, apparently. I still haven't got an answer to my question, though, which is how on earth do you... Because on one of them, you can see the engine bay through the grille on the side. When it's weathered, do you pull the engine out and weather it and then put it back inside, or do you weather it through the grille?
I would probably I'd probably do what SBJ does. It takes the body off and does it then.
Oh, does he actually take it off and then weather the engine bay and then put it back, the body back onto? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, because obviously, if you want to get a weathering, like if you have got open parts in your model, you don't want overspray, do you? Because otherwise you end up cleaning up your loco. To eliminate that, you do the chassis and the body separately.
So I love backlighting. Got to be done. If I can do a convincing glint in a shot, then I'm happy. Well, backlighting does make engines in BR livery look that little bit less irritating. What we got next? Oh, that's a mogul, right? You surely saw one of those on the weekend, right? Was it out?
That is the actual Stania Mogul that is at the Severn Valley Railway. I believe Charlie paid a small fortune for that, and it was at the SVR, but it was hidden behind the remains of Tor Valley and 1501. So we didn't actually get a decent shot of it, but it was there. You could see the locomotive behind them. Tor Valley was in bits, and it looked shit. They should have put the Mogul there, and then they're like, oh yeah, whatever. But you know,
that wasn't out, but that's a pokey little engine.
It's because of the fire risk. The Hall is apparently the only locomotive that doesn't have to work particularly hard that they've got on the valley at the moment.
Interesting.
But as soon as it starts raining, the Mogul will be back out. No, I've got no qualms about that.
And then a 9F that looks okay, not weathered.
That is actually Evening Star.
Is it?
According to Matt, yes. I can't see because the number is too small, but Matt has told me it's Evening Star.
Well, there we go.
And that is the only 9F that should be kept in pristine condition.
Okay. There's a confirmation.
So Charlie is not out of pocket on that one, but his brother is. As well, did you know his brother also bought a Prairie off of Rapido?
Really?
So look forward to seeing that on Hooterton very, very soon.
One of these.
There are many, many proud owners of that locomotive at the moment, and I know you and James are one of them.
Yeah, they seem to have shifted very, very quickly. We don't exactly have many left. I think there was
Have
2.
they been quite popular then?
Yeah, but they were. It's difficult to talk about these things because, of course, it's sensitive information. But they weren't as popular as we'd hoped in terms of order book. But once they got into people's hands, or getting into people's hands, they're going, "Oh, these actually are really good."
Can I have another?
Yeah, and reviews I think are helping them sell. So it's the engine that it's like the 8F thing. It's an engine where a lot of people wouldn't have gone out of their way to build one, but now it's available to go, actually I can justify one and I will have one. And that's the crux of it. I've seen this one.
It does look like a stunning model, and kudos to Rapido for putting that out, because it's been a gap in the GWR fleet, hasn't it?
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Oh shit, my train's lost a coach, bear with me.
Surely that should have severed the vacuum line and then made the train stop.
Well, it made the coach stop. It was running so well.
I can't comment about that here. Okay. So to convert a 4400 to pre-grouping condition, you just need to take the 2 struts off of the front of the engine, and that's it. That's all you need to change to make it depending on running number. That's all you need to do, Max. Oh, James saying he's going to buy a pug. That's very, very Western. This is because one of them is called Western. Literally says Western on it, the blue one.
In fairness, those pugs do look quite nice, and if Ellis Clark do as well as they have with their black 5s, it'll be an absolute stunner. The O-gauge ones, anyway.
Oh, so you're talking about the small bunkered ones, Max. It seems. That's speculating. I'm just going through all of these. So many people commenting things. Everybody's going mad for the LMS. Interesting. I believe we know the answer to that, don't we, bro? How long it took to get there?
Oh yeah, it was very quick. To be fair, it was a lot quicker than it took my number 12 to get to him. I think it was like 3 days.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
Just to put it in perspective, it took 3 weeks for number 12 to get to James from me.
Port of Par twins. I won't get twins. I have a single one on order at the moment, but not twins. I can't really justify them, but I had so much fun playing with one of them when we did the "How Does It Sound" video that I wrestled with it for a couple of weeks and was just like, I have to have one. Oh, there we go.
They do look very good.
4 days shipped from the UK. So many comments to go through. There are so many local classes not in model form yet, meaning top brands like Repeater have plenty of time for R&D. I think that took me more than it should have done. Right. Have we got more pictures? We do have more pictures. Oh,
here's a shocker. It's a really good one.
Oh, it's not of Maud though, so let's not talk about it. That's a really nice dog off. The weathering is so atmospheric. Is Sterling working on a layout to go with it? Do you know, or
well,
do we not know anything further?
You'd hope so, but people take a bit longer to make their layouts, don't they, Dan? Because they might be building their own track.
Yeah, that engine of Hilt's is SPJ's done rather a good job on that, and that's me putting it lightly.
I've said it in the. I've put a comment on the video that this is part of that 47, and it's not really fair on Sterling to be put side by side with this. To be fair,
I think James has been really nasty to some of these people. It's like a picture like that should have been next to 62C. I think that would have been a fairer comparison.
Yeah,
because we would have looked at it and gone, well, the modelling there on Hilt's one is stunning. The flock is amazing. The paint job on the 47 is brilliant, but it's just not backlit.
It's just got lighting everywhere. It's not got realistic like sunrise or anything in there, has it? It's just it's just lit.
I think it's particularly good though. It's like how a simple box like that, a boring box of a locomotive, can be made to look so realistic and so stunning. It's just
that is the kind of paint job that can't be done in a factory. I personally think that has been done with love, care, and attention, and money,
and a bit of humour.
Yes, which SPJ has got in buckets. It
did make me look at it. I watched the video and I was just like, I wonder what I could give him to paint, just as a one-off, because it's just like, yeah.
No, you're not alone there, Dan, because I've genuinely been thinking I might send Tom Rolt to SPJ to get done properly.
I knew you were going to say that. Can you repaint it and do the quartering and then weather it?
Yeah. Fix it while you're at it. Yeah, but in fairness, SPJ didn't fix that 47, so I don't have high hopes for Tom Rolt. Yeah. Apparently, the 47 looks the business, but it runs like shit.
That's a shame. It can be rectified, though.
No, it did. I think Hilt just seems to be convinced that it's just going to need a clean and a service, and it'll be running nicely. It's just that obviously because one of the reasons Hilt isn't here is because he's so busy with work at the moment. He's not really had the time to do anything but. Yeah. So I'm sure as soon as his workload dies down and he's started to get into the flow of his new job, he will be able to start looking at doing things that aren't as important.
His workload dies down. From what I understand, he's got a week to go. So this time next week, he would have finished his current job and be able to just literally at them and move on to his new job. And that'll just be a massive weight lifted for him. But for now,
it will.
Unfortunately, our Hilt, his pharaoh is cracking the whip to make him.
He's written off.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, and he needed some rest and relaxation. But yeah, it is nice to see. To be honest, I'm astounded that he's managed to produce such good quality videos in the last couple of weeks, considering that he hasn't had the time or the energy to do any modeling, but he's still produced some fantastic viewing. So before
Hilton's got the gift of being able to although he doesn't have much time to do things, he has the gift of being able to make it look good as well. Although he's having to kind of rush it, because I think he only got that loco back like last weekend, didn't he? Something like that. It was really soon.
Yeah, and he's like literally stitched together this video, and it's not short video either. It's like 40 minutes. It's like if you put ad breaks in it, that's something you'd actually get on like Channel 4.
Can I just say that was probably the easiest 40 minutes of YouTube that I've watched in a long time.
Really? I actually found it a slightly harder watch than his South African one. His South African one, I learned so much. I was just literally like all the way through it. But,
I genuinely loved that video. The way it was put together was just, it kept me. I was supposed to be working at the time. I put it on like 11:30. My lunch is at 12:30, and I was captivated. I was drawn into it. I just loved every second of it.
Yeah.
And that's not me kissing Hilt's ass, because he doesn't need his ass kissing. But I really enjoyed that video. I think it was probably the best one he's put out in a long time.
Yeah.
And he's put out some really good videos.
I second that by Max. And we know Hilt's watching. So, yeah. And maybe some SAR themed merch for the store as well.
Yeah.
Proper flocked hoodie.
Let's put it this way. I think Hilt, if he took the advice from the Shunting Yard community, I think he'd have a wealth of merchandise, wouldn't he? Because
there'd be so much merchandise, but then again, the thing is, he never needs our advice because he's probably on like 60,000 subscribers by now, isn't he?
Either that, or he could put it on a bit of Shunting Yard merch, proper flocked.
Yeah.
Ideas there. Food for thought.
I've sent a t-shirt material in general. What have you sent? Oh, that is harsh. Which Kilnline video did you watch, Aaron? Aaron just loves that. Literally,
Aaron loves using the knife, doesn't he? Just stabbing people, just fucking murder.
I don't think we should get political here, but I am glad that Aaron was not present in Alaska when Putin went to visit Trump, because we'd all literally be dead by now if that had happened. It'd just like literally run across the tarmac and go, "Why don't you use the nukes?" Just literally. That's what would happen for sure. Yeah. Oh, these just get better and better.
Man,
that's an Engage A4, isn't it?
That is Finborough N-Gage. He also takes amazing pictures of his layout and hits N-Gage. You are right, and my God, does he make good pictures from it? It's absolutely stunning. Genuinely, his work.
Yeah, I love the quartered buffers. That's pretty cool.
Have you seen what he's done with? I think he's modelling Goathland Station at the moment.
I haven't not consciously seen anything that he's done.
You should go and check it out. He's done amazing work on that. But while he hasn't got his layout, he's moving house. He's been working on this. Those Pico boards that he's got.
Oh yes,
that they've made. He's done an N-Gage version of Goathland Station on one of those in N-Gage, and my God, it is so good.
It must be a really long position to model though, because it's on a slope. So if you put any rolling stock down, it just roll away.
I think he's modelled it kind of on the flat. I don't think it's realistic, like in that respect, but he's nailed it in like detail. But he's really good at taking pictures of his N-Gage to make it look like it's full scale, as you can see.
Yeah, that's pretty special. And again, James has been really nasty by literally putting it's almost as he went, this is the high quality stuff, and this is a model on a piece of wood and I'm going to put them together.
No, this has got celebrity status. This one, because that James there is the Reverend Audrey's James.
Ah, right, okay.
And then next to it is Tom's Modelling Corner's O-gauge James that he's currently building.
What, he's copying it but making it bigger?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's Tom is a really good O-gauge modeler. If you see any of his stuff, he's as I've known him for like going on 5 years now, and I was so glad to meet him on Sunday for the first time, and the work he does in his videos and he's such a nice guy as well. He puts in his utmost into everything he does. It's taken him fucking ages to get to this point, but you can see the workmanship is getting there. You can almost tell it is actually just a scaled up version of Audrey's James, really.
Last running video.
That was my layout update. He's just out for blood. That's what it is. He woke up this morning and chose violence.
Oh, go on then. Well, type your question out. That's the way to. That's it. Right. More down under the mat and more wood.
Right. So we've got Morwood, who's the guy that we featured earlier in the Shunting Yard on tour, who had never been to a heritage railway before. He's got a really, really neat engaged layout as well. It's I believe it's relatively small, but he's compacted a lot of technology into it. And his layout is amazing, and he can take shots like that on it. And he's honestly, I'm a sucker for a 2MT as well, which doesn't really help. I don't believe so. I don't know what number that locomotive is that's in the picture.
Yeah.
But he can take some really stunning pictures on his layout, because he's like got signals and moving level crossing gates and things, and it's an engaged layout. He's got so much technology built into this small engaged layout. It's ridiculous. You should go and check him out, because it's really good stuff. And he calls himself the Engage Wizard because he can fit a sound unit into the tender of a 2MT, and the speaker in there is amazing.
I think Bachmann are moving. I think they had announced they were going to do that as well. But yeah, there isn't much space inside the tender of one of those.
No, because you've got the coal bunker and then there's nothing underneath it.
Yeah.
It's basically chassis.
So down
basically we've got an Aussie mat. That looks like a sorry?
It's an HO diesel of some kind.
Yeah, that's basically an Aussie diesel. It looks like the back end of a Class 91 and a what are those American snouted diesels called? I can't remember what they're called now.
Like F units.
Yes, that's the one. It looks like one of those, like by Pineapple Pen, you know.
Yeah.
It's a nice diesel. I quite like the Aussie diesels because they kind of made them a bit more utilitarian and made them work for them, rather than the Americans just putting another diesel on the other end that's exactly the same. They've just put a cab on the back to make it so they need one rather than several.
And it only has one snoot.
Yes.
Droop snoot. I need to digress at this moment because he keeps on asking this question. Every question is okay for managers making a thing like the U-Class James or Neen Valley Thomas, or do they need Mattel's license for that? I would assume that they need a license. I don't actually know. I'm not a licensing expert. Are you a licensing expert, Rob?
I can pretty much guarantee if anybody made anything that resembled the Thomas character that wasn't originally made before Mattel took over, they would be done for licensing. Guaranteed.
James, speaking from experience there. Oh, and we have one from Tim. Is Tim his real name, or is that just a joke?
No, his name is Tom Marshall. This is actually from Tom's modelling corner as well, but I felt it fitting that we put Tom Marshall into this because he is quite a good supporter of the of the Shunting Yard.
Yeah,
and
I was going to say this isn't the kill line. We're on proper chuffed. I mean, the
Little Western. Brilliant pedantic mongrel. I mean, Shunting Yard.
The Shunting Yard.
He's holding Tom's James with a face on it at the Audrey extravaganza.
Need to make that bigger so we can see it. Oh, it only gets a little bit bigger. Thank you, James, for not making it too big. But yeah.
But yeah, you can see there that Tom's happy there holding James. And James also looks happy being held by Tom.
As I say, he hasn't popped up in the chat at all this week. I wonder what he's been up to.
I can pretty much guarantee where he is.
That sounds dubious.
I reckon he's at the pub.
You think?
Yeah, he normally is.
I would suspect. I'm sure I saw something like a post from him in like the last 24 hours about a wedding anniversary or something. So he's probably busy with his wife.
That might also be the case. Either one probably involves booze.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the end, and we've been an hour and 36 minutes. We're aiming for an hour and a half. And yeah, unless there's any more questions that anybody has. Do you have any more questions, Rob? Or anything else you want to talk about? Or
you know what? I would like that if any of you guys are in the Discord, I would like to see if there's any topics you guys would like just to cover in the future. Because we are quite backed up for the next couple of weeks, but we want to know what you guys want, what you guys would like us to discuss, what you guys would like to see on the Shunting Yard. Because ultimately, we are driven by the community, especially during the stream. So why not be community driven before we start the stream?
I think one thing that would be really community driven is so our background pictures. When you go through you see like we've got the A4 here, but we do have some others. Like we've got that prairie tank, and if you go back towards the beginning, I'm flicking through all of it, but we've got this. Oh,
flashing the flash. It's flashing the merch again.
Yeah, we have this tank engine shunting, and obviously we have Hilt looking thrilled. And then we've got the port of Par on the Bristol Harbour. One thing that would be quite nice is if any of you have got photos of real trains that you've taken yourself, so you own the copyright, like the odd one here or there that you're happy for us to use. We're looking at creating a pool of pictures so that we can mix these backgrounds up a little bit. And,
for the reels as well.
It has to be your photo and you're happy for us to use it, but feel free to send it to us through the Discord. And it might be considered for the background in future streams. Of course, we have some of our own that we're thinking of switching out. But this comes off a conversation I had with James earlier in the week about it, how we use the same thing. It's like, well, we can stick to the same style, but just switch the backgrounds around a bit. So, yeah.
It's nice to be able to get the community involved as well in, exactly. the production of our live stream as well.
Yeah. Great.
So if you do have any that you would like to be featured or have in the background of our reels or the stream, then put them in the Discord, and we will look at it and we will see and we will choose some that we think are suitable.
Yeah.
As long as you don't mind us using them.
Yeah. And being inclusive is an important thing to be. Now, here's going to be the $1,000 question, because obviously you've met a number of our followers now, a number of our regulars.
Who's my favourite?
No, I was going to say, who out of all the people that you met, who do you want to bring on as a guest? And I blindsided you with this one because I only thought of it 30 seconds ago. But
You know what? There can I pick two?
Yeah, you can
regarding
pick two.
modelling.
I think that's very diplomatic.
There is one person in particular who I've wanted to bring on, but we haven't had the topic for because we discussed it really early on when we first started the Shunting Yard, and I do think it's time now where we could possibly cover those ones we discussed earlier on in the project, and that would obviously be Morwood, because he is very good at doing what he does in regards to putting sound in engaged locomotives, and we could probably put that on as well as probably because this was going to be a double O gauge stream until we decided to change it. So maybe we make a topic about N-gauge as well as fitting sound into N-gauge models, maybe. And the second choice would be Charlie, purely because I've really got close to Charlie over the last couple of months, and genuinely I think he's got a lot of knowledge in his head about what he wants to do, what he wants to model, and I think he'd be a really good guest to talk to as well, because me and him got on like a house on fire during the Shunting Yard on tour, and I just think he's a really good guy.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's your picks, but now you have to apologize to all the others you didn't put forward.
Jesus Christ, there's the trap. No, in fairness, there are a couple. There are the rest of them as well. We got Zach as well, but I would like him to come on behalf of like railway photography and volunteering at Heritage Railways. I know we don't tend to feature heavily on Heritage Railways and the real stuff, but he's quite knowledgeable about those kind of things as well as the main line. We've got we've already had Tom on. We've already had Matt on. We could get Ori on. He seems quite. He's an avid modeler, and he's also an Instagrammer as well. So I'd like to, in fairness, at some point, I'd like to come the opportunity to have everybody that follows us to have the potential opportunity to come on and chat to us, because that is part of the community outreach to us, isn't it? It's kind of getting them involved in what we do.
What do you think about that, though? I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh my God, get Aaron. I would personally love to get Aaron on. I think
that what's just happened there is Hilt has volunteered to lead a stream where Aaron is the guest, and probably because he's deserted us, James has to put up with it as well, and we can have the week off when that happens.
I think there was already in discussion on the Discord where it would be Hilt, James, Down Under Matt, and Aaron on one stream discussing Southern Hemisphere modelling.
Interesting.
There we go. Buzz in. Jobs are good.
They're rather good. What was it? This one here. I don't think that's really one. What is interesting though is Peachy's turned up and he's talking about. I've got to find it now. Wait, I'm not used to the starring thing. There's a starring feature and I haven't been using it. It'll probably be easier to do this with a second monitor. That's my excuse. And without a full-time job and a bit more energy. But yeah, he was saying something about this. Anyone fall asleep last night to Junction and stuff? I've not heard of Junction and stuff. Have you heard of stuff?
I've listened to half an hour of it this morning before I had a meeting, which is the only reason it was interrupted. I didn't fall asleep and I didn't turn it off.
What is Junction and stuff?
Junction and Stuff is a brand new podcast which has got Richard from New Junction and Rails and the guy from Rail Stuff.
No more talking about Acura Scale affiliates. Thank you very much.
It is sponsored by Acura Scale, which we can't really talk about on here because we have someone from Rapido here.
Yeah, well, pick your side, people. Pre-grouping,
yes,
or self-assembly. Yeah, okay. Not enough models, so Acura Scale aren't going to move into TT, but neither Rapido. So Sorry, Peachy. But yeah, no, I did see they did that. I thought it was an interesting. Perhaps it's something we should have put in the news, but then again, it was interesting to see that the reaction of Model Railway Burp had stopped for a few weeks, and they went, "Well, we're going to make our own podcast with blackjacket hookers," and it just seemed to be that's kind of how it felt. It was just like, oh,
no, genuinely, you are right. Now you're saying it, it does seem about right. Yeah,
and it does seem a whole podcast funded by a manufacturer. Interesting.
Dan, can you have some words?
I can't have any words. I worst thing possibly to do would be to declare war on a Cura scale.
No. In fairness, if that's what they want to do, because it's up to them, isn't it? If we aren't, it's considering we aren't sponsored by anybody, we can say what we want about any manufacturer, even though you're here.
You could say what you want. I can't
exactly. We have said what we've said about the Class 28 on here before with you on the stream. So, we're not sponsored by anybody, so we can say what we want.
Yeah. They talk about farming and football. Well, that's really interesting if you're into trains and not football. The thing is, I went through life in workplaces. You sit in mess rooms outside of, like, before I worked for a model railway manufacturer, I used to sit there and people would go, you see that ludicrous display last night, and talk about football. And it's just like, it never ends. And I used to say I was weird for not being into it. So, yeah.
I chose trains over sport.
Trains are sport. They are life.
They are life.
They are life. Trains are life. Yeah. Anyway, is there anything else that you want to say, Rob, before we wrap this up? And is there any questions anybody's got? Because I'd like to get this finished in under 2 hours, and we've got 14 minutes.
I have nothing much else to say apart from double-headed Manning Wardles going around this evening.
And they only shed a coach once in the whole time of the stream.
And I'm quite impressed. 2 hours and they've only shed a coach once. I mean, that's pretty good for a double-headed consist.
Yeah,
I'm quite impressed with that.
To paraphrase what Max has just said, is that the Acura Scale, the advert for the Acura Scale podcast is, there's still everything to talk about and forever to tool it up in.
As long as you don't disrespect Acura Scale, you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let Hilton let me on the stream.
There'll have to be a stream where it's probably James, me, or James and Dan, or me and Dan again. Or
can you do a stream meetup at a show?
You know what?
Something we discussed earlier, Peachy. And we did float the idea of where we could meet next. The show could be a thing.
I have had like an idea in my head, like when Hilton potentially comes over from Chatham, maybe if depending on my housing situation at the time, he stays here in my spare room or something, and we try and get Dan and James over at the same time, and we stream from the loft.
Yeah, I think what Peachy's saying is, how you had the meetup at the weekend. Could you do a similar one at a show? And
well, the idea is to go to Chatham, isn't it?
Is it? Well, count me out.
Yeah. Well, okay. We won't go into that one. Well, I've invited you to Slough, haven't I?
Yeah, Slough, and obviously TMC aren't going to Slough then. So there's one for you, Peachy. Can you get TMC into the Slough show?
Or potentially next year, TMC maybe sponsor Shunting Yard on tour to go somewhere.
Staying at Sam's house in between the masking tape and the pink paint, yeah?
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair enough if you don't want to,
It's interesting.
The offer was there, but clearly.
Max has just typed out the same comment again. It's like, everybody should go to Warnerley. Are you coming to Warnerley, Rob? Bring Lola, she'll love it.
No, if I do come, it'll be without Lola.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I could imagine you being one of those dads that puts her up on the shoulders and she's there like looking over. Or is she too big for that?
The thing is that Lola doesn't do with exhibitions very well. So if I do go to one, it'll just be me.
Right, okay.
She doesn't have the patience.
Oh, right, okay. She's like, I want the thrash. Take me to Welshpool for the thrash.
That's it, yeah. She loves Welshpool. She does. That's her spiritual place where she likes to sleep as a baby, anyway.
You're gonna make it to Gildex. Isn't it annoying how Gildex used to be on your doorstep and now it's really far away?
Yeah, as soon as I started O-Gauge, they moved it from Telford to frickin' Stafford. It's like, no, I won't be going to Gildex because I don't do O-Gauge anymore.
But you do. O-Gauge, narrow gauge still counts.
It's 7 mil.
Yeah.
They do O-Gauge. They don't do. It's not a 7 mil exhibition, is it? It's O-Gauge.
What's LMM Fest?
Oh, it's Laurie's Mechanical Marvel Fest at the Whitwell and Reepham Railway.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. With that, I'm going to call it time. But yeah, I think it's gone all right. Where can we find you, Rob, when you're not here chatting with me?
Chatting bollocks.
Yeah.
I can be found at the Kiln Line on YouTube and the Kiln Line on Instagram, and also the Kiln Line 7mm on YouTube. Not YouTube, Facebook.
Oh, you got a Facebook?
I do have a Facebook as well, yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I followed in Hilton's footsteps when I was bored at work once.
Right, okay. That's where all my stuff started. It's annoying because I've probably got the most followers on my Engage page on Facebook because it went through the lockdown. It had the lockdown boost. So you can find me on YouTube as Pedantic Mongrels Railway Channel and on Instagram as Pedantic Mongrels 00 Modelling Projects and Pedantic Mongrels Engage Modelling Projects, but there are fewer of those these days. The active page really is the 00 Modelling Projects. Collectively, we are the StreamYard, and thank you for
Shunting Yard.
Oh yeah, this. Oh.
You almost got it right.
I almost got it right, but I'm never going to live that down now.
We use the StreamYard, but we're the Shunting Yard.
Yeah, that's the software. We use StreamYard for the Shunting Yard.
We just advertised for them. Fuck's sake.
It's fine. If we annoy them enough, they won't skip a week, so they'll actually be here to run it. That's the way this works. It's supposed to be. We were supposed to look like we're trying, but then screw it up enough that James and Hilt are like, we can't leave you on your own. We're going to have to do this.
Considering there hasn't been any awkward silences, I think they've probably come to the conclusion we've done all right.
I don't know. I wouldn't count your chickens before they hatch. Anyway, on that note, it's time to end. Good night, everybody, and
good night, all.